How's it going, everybody? I haven't made a video at least like full length in a long time, so I've gotten got a lot of new subscribers. So I was just gonna show real quick at least some of the projects that I'm working on that I think hopefully it'll make more sense after you see them. You can kind of piece together the shorts and kind of go from there. So this is the main kind of workbench area, nothing fancy at all. This is my vise. The thing's huge. I use it for almost everything. I just put a new handle on it recently that I'm probably gonna cut down to about here. Right now it's like, this is like head level, so I almost like whack myself in the chin every time I clamp something. We're doing that. This is, I just made this. This is a monkey pod, if you can see the back. Just like a live edge, a little like couch table thing that you can like slide just over the top of your couch to put stuff on, so it'll slide in the couch. So that's cool. So that's got mineral oil right now drying. I didn't have any tung oil, and I didn't want to try not to buy anything, so I just put what I had for mineral oil. So I'm gonna do a few coats of that. So it'll be probably 4 or 5 days until it's ready. This over here is just kind of really just like some piece together things, like my my grinder and my table saw. This is a little newer. I just kind of made an extension with a little clamp here. This down here is another project. So take that and combine it with that, and that's the bandsaw table. So this has about 13 inches of resaw. Basically what I did was I just chopped it in half. You can see that. Then I just put steel and raised it up and got a new blade, and pretty easy. If you do this project, like if you actually like do this with the bandsaw, which is not hard to do, just to get a pretty accurate size for the blade, just wrap a piece of string around and then tie it off, and then just measure the string. That's what I did, and I mean the blade, like the blade's next to like as good as I'm going to get it, pretty much. And then another one here, this is the rotating miter saw and planer. I think it works great. I use it all the time, and it definitely saves a little bit of space. My organization stuff is not the greatest. My original intent was to put all my tools in this cart, but I've kind of left some stuff hanging up. This is the Honda engine. This is the bulk of the YouTube shorts. This seems to do pretty well. So this is what I'm basically fixing up now. So last little bit I did, I took out the governor, and also the oil sensor was bad. So what I'm gonna do though, I'm not gonna replace it. I'm just gonna seal it off with some gasket maker. I'm not putting the governor back in either, so I could take off this thing which controlled the governor. So hopefully it simplifies it a little bit. I'm trying to reduce any of the electrical fail points, which is why I took off some of the sensors, because I think, so I'll show you actually. So this is the oil sensor that was inside the engine, so we'll just have that draining. It's got some oil left in there. This is the ignition coil with all the electrical stuff on it. So the switch itself here, I'm pretty sure, well, when I took it off, I broke it because it was like super sun rotted. So it worked, I think, but it only sparked like one time. So I think it's a problem with this, just being left outside for like 10 plus years. These are not expensive to get. I'm not going to get a factory one, a little more. I'm just going to get an aftermarket one, and then just wire that back up, and then see if I can get a consistent spark. This is the flywheel. So it's it's got some rust on it. I took a lot of rust off it already, so I still have to do a little bit, cleanup work on that. But as far as like the magnet is concerned, you can see that it's in okay shape. It's got some divots in it. I don't know if that'll affect it, but my plan is I'm gonna get a new ignition coil, and then put it back together, and then see if I can get a spark. And then I have to adjust these guys, the we call it the rods and the lifters. I have to get, I loosen them to be able to take out the the camshaft. So I have to put a, I got a measurement, like those, what do you call it? Those, like, I forget what they're called now, like the slim files for exact width to measure that. So I'm gonna do that next. These are just all the parts. So here's the exhaust setup. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this. It doesn't look very nice. If I show you the fuel filter, you'll be shocked that I have to replace that, obviously. I don't know if I'm gonna get a factory one. I don't know if I'm gonna get like a kind of a cool looking aftermarket one. I'm not sure, I haven't decided yet. I like to add a little like creativity to it. Because I don't know if I've talked about the plan for this, but I have some spare parts down here. So the wheel, and then also this came off of a one of those like big hedge trimmers or weed whackers, like the push ones. So that was what guided the front the front blades. So it can, I know it can spin super fast. So, and it's got a axle at the end. If I can just see that. So that'll spin on its pulley there, and then I have another one here. So I'm just going to put a band to connect those two, and then attach the wheel to the axle there, and that should act as my motor to put the blade on the wheel, and then get another wheel to the next to it, and then that'll be the bandsaw system there. So then I'll have to figure out how to make the frame, and then just kind of go from there. But I'm taking it slow. I mean, it's just, one, I'm trying to find space to build that, but two, I just kind of want to fix up this engine. So, but that's what I'm fixing it up ultimately to do sometime in the future. Hopefully sooner than later. We'll see. This over here is another woodworking project. So this is an entryway bench. This can fold down. You can sit on it. I need to do some reinforcing on that, and then I just put these are the drawers. So I have one completed drawer just with dovetails that you can slide in there. So it's got this cool kind of chamfered front edge. So I'm working on the legs right now, which I don't have a lathe, so I'm trying to make them round for like a mid-century modern look. We'll see how that goes. I don't know how that's going to be, but this guy over here is the weed whacker I fixed up on the shorts, YouTube shorts too. Runs great. I ran it for a while. It never stopped once. So really happy with how that came out. I got it for like $5. It just needed real basic maintenance stuff, and it was perfectly fine. So I saved like $100, so I'd have to buy a new one. I think it's all the projects I have mainly. So that's what I've been making most content on recently. I moved a lot of my tools to this toolbox here. It's been nice. So I just kind of take that with me wherever I go, and I've tried to do some basic cleanup of here. I got rid of that bench I used to have over there. What else did I do? I got rid of a lot of like my scrap pieces of wood. I've been trying to clean this place up a little by little, just preparation for hopefully moving sometime in the next year or so. So I'm trying to get things ready so it doesn't like come to like, oh, I have this huge, space I gotta pack up. But anyway, guys, that's it. I just want to at least give a little bit of a longer overview of my project. So hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll be making some more content soon. Later.